welcome back to another Thread 1 radio video. Hope you're not getting too bored of these. I'm going to use the Yaesu 450 this afternoon. It's currently the 22nd of December, Friday. I don't know when this will actually hit the channel, when you'll be watching this, but this will be the last net before Christmas. So I want to get on there and just have a chat to the guys. Been using the Alinco SR8 for quite a bit of a time, and then someone said to me, "Oh, why don't you use the Yaesu 450? Surely that's a better radio." Is it a better radio? Not sure really, to be honest. Just on 11 meter sideband, it probably is. It's got the DSP and everything else on it. The only reason that I like using the Alinco radios as opposed to the Yaesu is the fact they have front firing speakers. And using this little Panasonic video camera that I'm using at the moment, it just picks up the sound better. If I use the Yaesu, the 450, the speakers on the top, and that's a little bit buried in the cabinet, I'm going to do that today. Normally what will happen is when I use the Yaesu 450, I'll run it through the little mixing desk there, and then put that into a digital recorder. And then when I get to do the video, I will then overdub. I will edit in the digital recording over the camera's recording, so you get the two mixed together. So you get a better kind of sound that way. But unfortunately, what you find is when you record on two different formats on a digital media recorder and on your camera, is that you would think they would stay in perfect sync. It's not analog, it's digital, but they don't. So you'll find that over, say, a 10-minute recording, the stuff I record on the video camera will go out of sync to what I record on the video on the actual MP3 recorder, and then so I have to then basically edit them down into small chunks, then try and resync them together, and it takes a lot of time. Videos do take a lot of time. I'm not whinging, but Steve 318 will tell you this. You video sort of something half an hour on the camera, and you edit that down to say 10 minutes. Then you have to render it. That can take up to an hour, especially if you're in 1080p. That's why I only use 720p at the moment, because it's a little bit quicker. And then when you rendered it, you have to upload it onto YouTube and share it. So it's hours. It takes quite a lot of time, especially when you're working and that. So that's why the videos come sort of in dribs and drabs, really.
Yeah, you got Charlie Tango 215, one Charlie Tango 575 or 5753. Yeah, you got Jason, I get there. I reckon I've spoken to you before. Yeah, but you know, obviously, yeah, 660, mate. No, I don't think we have actually, mate.
QSK. Yeah, Charlie Tango 5757, Charlie Tango 1664, call. Yeah, QSL there, Chris. Sounds busy already. A lot of stations I can hear trying to come on the net, Rog. It's just a muddle at the moment. Yeah, 1664 to Jake 5757. Yeah, I will give a shout out, Jake. There's quite a few channels or stations actually trying on. I don't know if we've got some bleed over or that is distant sort of QSKs coming in, but I will give a shout out. Yeah, any break stations? Any break stations? QRZ. This is 1664 listening. Yeah, Jake, 2151, 1664 call. Yeah, good afternoon, Jake. Jake, it seems to be that we've got a lot of people on channel here. Do you think these are QSKs, or do you think that it's just bleed over from continental stations? Back to you, Jake. QSK, QRZ?
Yeah, he's got Charlie Tango to 26, 18.
Good afternoon to Charlie Tango. Yeah, your audio broke up a little bit there. Could you repeat your call sign, please? This is Charlie Tango 1664 returning.
Yeah, Charlie Tango 1664. This is Charlie Tango 2618, please.
Good afternoon, Chris, 2618, and welcome to the Madhouse, Chris. There's a lot of people on channel this afternoon.
Yeah, it does. I've been listening for the past 10 minutes. It does seem like I keep hearing people that I don't think are really on this channel. Are they? They're bleeding over or something? Or is it? I don't know. As you know, I'm a bit new to all this. But you?
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's continental bleed over or it's just that we've got so busy. I was just going to see if anyone else comes on a little bit later, but we might have to QSY up to 315. We might have to split it in half there, Chris. Back to you.
Yeah, that sounds like a different idea. Yeah, that's great. I've got at the moment. I've got halfway game on. Seems to be getting a bit of signal anyway.
It's just chaos. I mean, everybody's going over everybody. There's QSKs coming in that I think are English stations. We've got Jack on there, and then we've got Chris 2618. We're going to have to QSY, I think, because I think we're just losing. There's too many people on. So it's really good, yeah, that the 305 is super busy right now, and we've got people coming back onto radio that haven't been on radio for 20 years, watching the videos, and they're coming back on. Absolutely fantastic. More than welcome. And then we've got the regular people coming on. DX, we haven't got a lot of international DX coming in at the moment, but that will probably pick up after Christmas and when the weather picks up. One thing I'm going to say though is obviously, we're kind of getting quite spread out now in the net. If we say that this blue pencil is Luton, for example, well, we've got Paul up in Luton, we've got Eric up in Luton, we've got John, we've got another Steve, 1791, he's up in Luton here. And if you say where the sort of tuning knob is, if you say the VFO, if that is roughly St Albans, where you've obviously got me and Dave in St Albans, we've got Sean, I think Sean's around the Hemel way. So we're all around this, and as you move further down, going across to Barnet, you've got Jim in Barnet, then you've got Jake in Highgate, and then right at the bottom there we've got Chris 5757 who's doing a brilliant bloody job. He's right down in Surrey, which is fantastic, and he can now bring in all of the southern stations that up this end we can't hear. So that's brilliant. So Chris is really a really big player now on the 305 net. But what you have to remember is, if Chris, for example, is bringing in a southern station, the guys maybe further up this end, they can hear Chris, but they're not going to hear who he's talking to. So people just getting a little bit excited at the moment, and then they're jumping over the top, trying to get to Chris, and they'll be going over the person that Chris is trying to talk to. So what we need to do is we just need to settle it down a little bit. I don't want this to be like, this is not amateur radio. Okay, this is not strict. This is CB radio. This is just, normal people having a bit of a chat. We do use Charlie Tango call signs, but we're having a bit of a chat. But what I'm saying to you is, for example, if you're talking, you're listening to someone, and they're talking to you, and oh yeah, Fred, blah 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 blah, back to you. Well, instead of me keying up the mic straight away, just leave a little break. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and that just gives a little bit of time. If there is any QSK stations, that other stations that want to join in that gap, they can go QSK, or they might say break, and then I can come on, say okay, yeah, break station acknowledged, please stand by. Oh, okay, Eric. But I can then continue my conversation with Eric, and then when I finish that, I can then say, yeah, okay, with the break station, would you like to go ahead? Or I can say QSK, QRZ, and then I can bring those in. But without that gap, new people can't come in, and they're going to get frustrated, and they're going to start sort of keying up over everyone. And once we start keying over everyone, we start doubling, and it just becomes a bit of a mess, to be honest. And I think newer people are coming back onto radio, they're going to be a bit intimidated by that. And a lot of it, it's just down to, we're a little bit over enthusiastic, and just not understanding that they can't hear everyone on the channel. So what I suggest, if you're coming onto the 305, do what I do most days, and that's just come on and just listen, for about 5 minutes, and just try and, find out who's on channel, who's talking to who, and then wait for a little break, and then come in as a QSK. And then that way we just keep it all kind of like together, and it doesn't become, a massive jumble. I'm not having a go at anyone, I'm not having a dig at anyone, not having a go at anyone. Everyone's welcome, but when it gets busy, we do need to keep it organised. Now, ideally, we get a chairman. Dave 061 is a very good chairman, but he's not on every day. I can sit in a chair. But unfortunately, when I'm quite often when I'm doing videoing, I'll be stopping the camera and I'll turn the volume down to explain something to the camera. I can't really be in a chair all the time and make the videos. I can't do the two jobs at once. It just doesn't gel. But I'll do my best. I always want to bring new people in. And often, if I hear someone new trying to get in, I'll try and get them in. So they can actually join into the net. But anyway, that's what I'm going to say. So we've still got people on. It's still busy. Charlie Tango 2618 1664 call.
Back again. It certainly seems a bit frantic here today, for one thing or another. Over.
Yeah, that's a Rog, Chris. Yeah, it's Fred in the shed, mate, in St Albans. Yeah, we've got Continental coming in off FM bleed over, and it's causing all sorts of trouble there, Chris. Back to you.
Yeah, I was just talking to Eric and Paul. I heard Chris 5757 two or 3 minutes ago trying to call, but I tried calling him back. I can't get it. So I don't know whether he's given up or what. Do we canvass it?
Yeah, I copied Chris. I just pulled off there because I think Eric was trying to get out to 5757. Yeah, it's a little bit hectic today. Anyway, I just came on to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, really, Chris. So, as you're like, you know, you're the loudest station, I'll say it to you then, mate. So, Chris, have a lovely Christmas, and I'll probably catch you on the radio next week, mate.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, right, okay. Well, yeah, happy Christmas to you then, Fred, and happy New Year.
Yeah, cheers, Chris, and the same to you and your family. Hope you have a nice time, nice little rest, and as I say, be back to normal sometime next week, and hopefully the band will be a little bit clearer. But yeah, take it easy, Chris, and nice to copy you there, and yeah, cheers for coming on, mate.
Yeah, okay.
So there you go, that was Chris there. So yeah, definitely very busy on the band today. We've also had some FM bleed over that was coming across, that was not causing quite a bit of a problem. But there you go, that's how it is, that's radio, you know. Some days it's perfect, some days it's not. Right, I'm going to call it a day anyway. So this is actually before Christmas. By the time I get this video up, it's probably going to be after Christmas, so I won't wish everyone a happy Christmas. It'll all be over, won't it? It's all over for another year. I hope you've all got nice new radios for Christmas. I've got enough at the moment. I can't get any more in the house. Anyway, guys, cheers. Thanks for watching.